Have you ever wondered what it truly means to embody masculinity in a world that constantly redefines it? Let me ask you something. If you're a dad, how many of these lessons have you actually taught your son? And if you're not, did your father ever teach them to you? Today, we're diving into the 10 Stoic traits of masculinity that most of us never learned, traits that shape not just men, but strong, balanced individuals capable of thriving in any situation. Whether you're here to reflect, grow, or pass these principles on to the next generation, stick around because these lessons might just change your perspective on what it means to be a man. Let's get into it. Number 1, emotional control and fortitude. Emotions can either be your greatest strength or your biggest weakness. As men, we're often told to man up and keep our feelings bottled up. But true masculinity isn't about ignoring emotions, it's about mastering them. This is where emotional control and fortitude come in. Emotional control, according to Stoic philosophy, is not about being emotionless. It's about understanding that while you can't control external events, you can control how you respond to them. Marcus Aurelius said it best, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Emotional fortitude is about resilience. It's about staying calm when life throws challenges your way. Imagine this. Your boss criticizes your work unfairly, or you face rejection in your personal life. How do you respond? Reacting impulsively, shouting back or breaking down might feel natural, but it only gives away your power. The Stoics teach us to pause, reflect, and act rationally. Here's a quick exercise. When emotions start to take over, stop and ask yourself, is this within my control? If it's not, let it go. Focus on what you can control, your actions, your words, and your thoughts. Mastering emotional control doesn't happen overnight. It's a skill you build through practice. Every time you choose patience over anger, discipline over despair, or calm over chaos, you're building emotional fortitude, and this fortitude becomes your armor, allowing you to face life's challenges without losing yourself. So, did your father ever teach you the power of emotional control? If not, it's time to learn and pass it on. Emotional mastery isn't just about being a strong man, it's about being a stronger person. And remember, it's not weakness to feel, it's strength to choose how you respond. Number 2, financial prioritization. Money. It's not just a tool, it's a reflection of discipline, priorities, and long-term thinking. Yet so many of us were never taught how to truly prioritize it. Financial prioritization is about making your money work for you, instead of constantly working for your money. The Stoics believed in preparing for the future without being ruled by it. Seneca once said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor." Financial prioritization begins with distinguishing between needs and wants. Ask yourself, are you spending on what truly matters or chasing fleeting pleasures? Every dollar you spend reflects a decision. Do you invest in your future, or do you indulge in the moment? It's not about depriving yourself, it's about choosing wisely. The Stoic approach to finances teaches us that true wealth isn't about earning more, it's about needing less. Think of financial prioritization like building a fortress. You create a strong foundation, saving, investing, and avoiding unnecessary debt. Then, you protect it by saying no to distractions and temptations. With every financial choice, ask yourself, is this helping me create stability, or is it pulling me further from my goals? Did your father teach you how to manage money, or were you left to figure it out alone? If you're a dad today, are you passing on these lessons to your son? Financial prioritization is one of the most critical skills a man can master, and one of the most valuable legacies you can leave behind. Masculinity isn't just about how much you earn, it's about how wisely you use it. Prioritize your financial health, and you'll not only secure your future but also inspire others to do the same. Remember, control your money, or your money will control you. Number 3, persistence at your craft. In a world full of distractions, where instant gratification rules, persistence has become a rare and undervalued trait. Look around, and you'll see it. So many men drifting through life, unable to stick to a decision, unsure of their purpose, and abandoning their goals at the first sign of difficulty. But true masculinity demands persistence, a relentless dedication to your craft, your purpose, your mission. The Stoics understood this. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Persistence isn't about luck or talent. It's about choosing to show up every single day, no matter how hard or uncertain the path may seem. Let me ask you this. Are you wasting your time chasing comfort, or are you investing it into something meaningful? Because here's the truth. Without persistence, even the most talented men fail. Success doesn't come to those who quit halfway. It belongs to the man who is willing to endure the grind, to master his craft, to keep going when others stop. Nowadays, men lack direction, not because they're incapable, but because they've never learned the value of sticking to something. We've grown to expect results overnight, but that's not how mastery works. Persistence means embracing failure as part of the process. Every setback is a lesson. Every challenge an opportunity to grow stronger. Did your father teach you how to stick with something? How to endure when the odds were against you? If not, it's time you learn it for yourself. And if you're a dad today, this is one of the greatest lessons you can pass on. Persistence will take a man further than talent ever could. The path to greatness isn't easy, and it's not meant to be. But if you persist, if you dedicate yourself to your craft, day after day, you'll achieve more than you ever thought possible. Remember, the man who persists is the man who wins. Stay focused, stay relentless, and never give up. Number 4, self-prioritization, fitness, finances, self-care, and hygiene. Let's get one thing straight. If you don't prioritize yourself, no one else will. Self-prioritization isn't selfish, it's essential. And at the top of this list is fitness. Why? Because a strong body is the foundation for a strong mind. When your body is disciplined, your mind follows. The Stoics believed that physical and mental strength were associated, and they were absolutely right. Fitness isn't just about looking good, it's about feeling capable. It builds resilience, sharpens focus, and gives you the energy to face life's challenges head-on. The man who invests in his physical health invests in his future. So, ask yourself, are you taking care of your body, or are you letting it fall apart? Next up is your finances. A man who has control over his money has control over his freedom. Prioritizing your finances means being disciplined, learning to save, invest, and spend wisely. Stop wasting money on things that don't add value to your life, and start building a foundation that secures your future. Now let's talk about self-care and hygiene. If you're not confident in the way you look, your hair, your skin, your overall appearance, find a way to fix it. Confidence starts with taking care of yourself. Whether it's a better haircut, skincare routine, or simply dressing better, small changes can make a huge difference. Remember, when you look good, you feel good. Prioritizing yourself isn't about being perfect, it's about progress. It's about recognizing that your fitness, finances, and self-care are interconnected. When you take control of these areas, you don't just improve how others see you, you transform how you see yourself. And that's where real power lies. So, where do you stand? Are you neglecting yourself, or are you taking the steps to become the best version of who you can be? Remember, self-prioritization isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Start with fitness, take charge of your finances, and never underestimate the power of proper self-care and hygiene. It's your life. Make it worth living. Number 5, mental strength. Imagine you're faced with a challenge so overwhelming it feels like the end of the road. What do you do? For the Stoic man, this is where true strength is forged, not in the moments of ease but in the crucible of hardship. This is mental strength. Mental strength isn't about having all the answers or never feeling fear. It's about perseverance. It's about refusing to give up, no matter how hard life hits. Because here's the truth. If you don't quit, you can't lose. The philosopher Epictetus said, "We are not disturbed by events, but by our interpretation of them." This is the core of mental strength, choosing how you respond to adversity. A Stoic man doesn't crumble under pressure. He bends, he adapts, and he grows stronger. Think about this. Mental strength is built like a muscle. The more you endure, the more resilient you become. But it's not just about endurance, it's about clarity. It's about silencing the noise and focusing on what you can control, even when the world feels like it's against you. Mental strength is what separates those who merely exist from those who truly live. It's the quiet voice in your head that says, one more step, one more day, you've got this. Because if you don't give up, if you keep showing up, you will never truly lose. Remember this, the world will try to break you, but your mental strength will be your shield. This is your power, and no one can take it from you. Stay tuned as we uncover more Stoic traits that your father never taught you. Number 6, loss control, avoiding excessive indulgence. Let's dive into a crucial aspect of Stoic masculinity. Loss control, or as I like to call it, avoiding excessive indulgence. In today's world, we're constantly bombarded with temptations, whether it's food, entertainment, or even social media. But the real strength lies in our ability to recognize these distractions and exercise restraint. Excessive indulgence can lead to a loss of control over our lives. It's easy to think that treating ourselves is a reward, but too often, these rewards can spiral into unhealthy habits. Ask yourself, are you indulging to escape reality? Are you using food or distractions to fill a void? Recognizing these patterns is the first step towards regaining control. Now let's talk about moderation. Stoicism teaches us the value of balance. Enjoying life doesn't mean overindulging. It means savoring what's good without losing sight of our goals. For example, when dining out, it's perfectly fine to indulge in a treat, but it's essential to balance it with healthy choices that nourish your body and mind. Next, take a hard look at your habits. How much time do you spend on social media, gaming, or other distractions? These activities can easily become excessive, leading to a loss of productivity and mental clarity. Set boundaries for yourself. Designate specific times for leisure activities and stick to them. This control fosters discipline and keeps you focused on your priorities. And let's not forget about the temptation of dirty websites. These can lead to a cycle of indulgence that not only distracts you from your goals, but can also distort your view of relationships and intimacy. Recognizing the negative impact of such indulgences is crucial. Make a conscious decision to avoid these distractions. They offer nothing but temporary satisfaction and long-term regret. Instead of succumbing to excessive indulgence, redirect that energy towards activities that contribute to your growth. Engage in hobbies that challenge you, whether it's reading, learning a new skill, or hitting the gym. Remember, a strong mind comes from a strong body. When you invest in your well-being, you naturally create a healthier relationship with indulgence. Loss control is about recognizing the triggers that lead to excess and consciously choosing a path of moderation. It's about living intentionally and finding fulfillment beyond temporary pleasures. So, reflect on your habits. Are they serving you or holding you back? By practicing loss control, you reclaim your power and create a life rooted in purpose and discipline. Number 7. How to win without excuses. In today's world, it seems that many modern men have become comfortable with excuses. We hear it all the time. I would work out, but I'm too busy. I'd start that business, but I don't have enough experience. These excuses may seem valid, but they only serve to hold us back from reaching our true potential. Excuses are a trap that keeps us from taking action. They allow us to blame external factors for our lack of progress. But let's face it, life will always throw challenges our way. It's how we respond to those challenges that defines us as men. To win in life, we must cultivate a mindset that rejects excuses and embraces accountability. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment to take action, create that moment. If you want to get fit, start by taking small steps every day. Get up earlier, push through the discomfort, and prioritize your health. Remember, progress is built on consistent effort, not excuses. Each time you choose to act, you're reinforcing the discipline that leads to long-term success. When it comes to pursuing your goals, embrace the mindset of no excuses. It's about taking ownership of your circumstances. If you want to advance your career or learn a new skill, carve out time in your schedule. Sacrifice some leisure activities if necessary. Those hours spent scrolling could be better invested in your growth. And let's talk about fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection. It's easy to make excuses to avoid putting ourselves out there. But what if you reframe that fear as an opportunity? Each time you step outside your comfort zone, you're learning and growing. The only real failure is not trying at all. Surround yourself with people who challenge you to rise above excuses. A strong support network encourages accountability. Share your goals with friends and invite them to hold you accountable. Together, you can motivate each other to stay on track and cut through the excuses that hinder your progress. Winning without excuses is about embracing a life of responsibility and action. It's about recognizing that you have the power to change your circumstances. When you choose to eliminate excuses, you unlock a world of possibilities. So, take a moment to reflect. What excuses are holding you back? It's time to cut them out and start winning. Number 8, getting your life together. In your 20s, you feel unstoppable. There's a fire within you, an abundance of energy that fuels your ambitions. But as the years roll on into your 30s and 40s, that energy can start to wane. Responsibilities pile up, bills come due, and life demands your attention in ways you never anticipated. This is the time to harness that youthful energy to get your life together. Focus and drive are your best allies. Use this moment to define your goals and create a vision for your future. Whether it's advancing your career, starting a business, or simply finding your passion, now is the time to take action. Understand that while you have more energy now, it's easy to get sidetracked by distractions. Social media, video games, and endless streaming can consume your time and energy. Ask yourself, are these distractions bringing me closer to my goals? Focus your efforts on what truly matters. Invest in skills and experiences that will pay off in the long run. As you transition into adulthood, you'll face challenges, like managing your finances. Paying your bills can feel overwhelming, especially if you're juggling student loans, rent, and living expenses. But remember, every small step counts. Create a budget, prioritize your spending, and find ways to increase your income. You're building the foundation for your future. Physical fitness plays a crucial role in keeping your focus sharp. A strong body leads to a strong mind. Use your 20s to develop healthy habits that will carry you through the years ahead. Regular exercise not only boosts your energy levels but also enhances your mental clarity. It's a win-win. Don't forget the importance of self-care. Taking the time to reflect and recharge is essential for maintaining your drive. Journaling about your goals and progress can help you stay on track. It's a chance to evaluate where you're at and where you want to go. Keep your focus sharp and let that drive propel you forward. Getting your life together is a journey, and the energy of your youth is your greatest asset. Embrace it, channel it, and use it to build the life you envision. Remember, the choices you make today will shape your tomorrow. So, are you ready to focus, drive, and get your life together? Number 9, knowing what's right in a relationship. As a man, it's crucial to set boundaries and prioritize your responsibilities. But what happens when those responsibilities clash with your relationship? This is where masculine decision-making comes into play. Let's say your girlfriend calls you during work hours. You're deep into a project, and every minute counts. It's easy to feel guilty for not picking up, but remember, your obligations are important. If you drop everything to answer her call, you risk undermining your own priorities. By choosing to stay focused on your work, you're not just respecting your commitments, you're also setting a standard in your relationship. If she senses that you're willing to abandon your responsibilities at a moment's notice, this could lead to a shift in dynamics. This is where hypergamy can come into play. If she feels you lack ambition or direction, she may start to lose respect for you. It's essential to communicate your boundaries. A quick text letting her know you're busy and will call her back later shows that you value both your work and the relationship. This keeps her informed without compromising your responsibilities. It demonstrates that you are a man of purpose, someone who can prioritize and manage his time effectively. When you do finish your work, reach out to her. This approach not only respects your time but also builds a stronger foundation of trust and respect in your relationship. She'll appreciate that you're committed to your goals and understand that your time is valuable. Ultimately, masculine decision-making means understanding that it's okay to say no sometimes. It means having the strength to prioritize your goals and not letting emotions sway you from what truly matters. When you know what's right and stand by those principles, you create a relationship built on mutual respect and understanding. Remember, it's not just about the choices you make, it's about how those choices define you as a man. Stay true to your values, communicate openly, and never lose sight of what's important in both your life and your relationships. Number 10, discovering your inner calling. Deep down, we all have a purpose. God has a plan for you, even if you're not aware of it right now. Your life's roadmap is set, and each experience you encounter is a step toward uncovering that path. But how can you discover your inner calling if you're wasting precious hours on distractions? The more time you spend scrolling through curated lives online or indulging in unhealthy habits, the further away you drift from what truly matters. It's time to take a step back and assess how you spend your days. Instead of filling your time with mindless activities, focus on personal growth. Invest in learning new skills, pursuing your passions, or even exploring new hobbies. These actions not only enrich your life but also bring you closer to understanding your purpose. When you start prioritizing what truly matters, you'll begin to align with your inner calling. God has placed dreams and aspirations within you for a reason. You have a unique contribution to make to the world, but it requires effort and commitment. Take the time to reflect. What are your passions? What brings you joy? Writing down your thoughts can clarify your goals and help you uncover your true calling. Remember, it's not just about finding success. It's about fulfilling your purpose. So, step away from the distractions and focus on your journey. Discovering your inner calling is not just about finding a job or career. It's about embracing a life that resonates with your values and aspirations. You have a plan laid out for you. Now it's time to seek it out. As we wrap up our exploration of these 10 essential traits of masculinity, I want you to take a moment to reflect. How many of these lessons did your dad teach you? And if you're a dad, how many of these lessons are you passing on to your son? Your experiences shape who you are, and sharing these insights can help others on their journey. So, I encourage you to write your thoughts in the comments section below. Let's start a conversation about the wisdom passed down through generations. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more insights on masculinity and personal growth. Together, we can empower each other to become the best versions of ourselves.